Across a blazing 18-year journey through Major League Baseball, spanning from 1976 to 1993, this relentless athlete, Dale Murphy, showcased a remarkable versatility on the field. An outfielder, catcher, and first baseman, he left an indelible mark on the Atlanta Braves, Philadelphia Phillies, and Colorado Rockies. However, his name is often missing when discussions about baseball legends pop up today, and it seems like he has been forgotten. But then, who really is this guy? How did he get so good? And how come he's been forgotten after having such an amazing run? Well, here's the story of Dale Murphy. Born beneath the shadow of Oregon's towering pines on March 12, 1956, in the city of Portland, a baseball legend was set in motion. His name, Dale Murphy. Dale's journey to the Diamonds began at Woodrow Wilson High School, where he played American Legion baseball. But the true crescendo of his career was still to come, and he was laying the groundwork for greater glory on the baseball field. In 1976, a mere glimpse of the big leagues beckoned, and Dale Murphy, who was still a young hopeful at that time, donned the Atlanta Braves jersey for a fleeting 19 games as a catcher. The following season, he would go on to grace the field for just 18 more contests. But the seeds of destiny had already been sown, and there was already a glimpse of the greatness that was to come. Luckily, the year 1978 marked a turning point for this young player. This year, Murphy embraced first base as his domain, a stronghold where he exhibited flashes of his future might. His bat, an obviously thunderous instrument in his hands, sent 23 balls soaring over the outfield walls, painting the sky with power and potential. Moving forward, a new era dawned in 1980 as Murphy took his post in the outfield. Clearly, a transformation was underway, and it would usher in a decade of unrivaled excellence in the National League for this rising star. This versatile player started in left field, but he would swiftly pivot to center field, where his brilliance reached its zenith. The year 1982 saw him ascend to even more greatness. By this time, the former catcher had morphed into a luminary all-star MVP outfielder with an enduring presence in all 162 of Atlanta's battles. But his transformation extended beyond the plate, especially considering that it was on the field that his rebirth truly shone. Obviously, a fielding prodigy had emerged, leaving high error totals in the past. And talking about errors, this young star had made a number of them in 1978 when he led all National League first basemen in errors. But then, that was a thing of the past now. By 1982, having graced all three outfield positions, he clutched his first of 5 consecutive Gold Glove awards. And it was this year that he etched his name into the annals of history by becoming the first Brave to claim the coveted MVP award since Hank Aaron in 1957. Dale Murphy's singular postseason journey unfolded in 1982, and this was in the decade preceding the Braves' ascent to the pinnacle of the National League East. Sadly, though, the World Series champion St. Louis Cardinals proved to be formidable adversaries, eliminating the Braves in the National League Championship Series. Despite Murphy's commendable performance, his regular season brilliance didn't translate into October glory. This player, who was the league's MVP that year, only managed 3 hits and a lone run in that series. However, Murphy rebounded from his postseason setback, capturing another MVP accolade in 1983, and this period would stand as the zenith of his remarkable career. From 1982 to 1986, Murphy's star shone brightly, securing a Gold Glove, All-Star Game appearances, and top 10 MVP finishes each year. But by 1988, the twilight of his storied career was near. Despite earning one final All-Star selection, Murphy's production dwindled. His batting average plummeted from .295 in 1987 to a mere .226 in 1988, and only later in 1991 did he manage to climb above the .250 mark once more. At this point, the consistent power he once wielded at the plate had vanished as well, which meant he never launched 25 home runs in a season again. Moreover, while in his 15th season with the Braves, Murphy's journey took an unexpected turn when he was traded to the Philadelphia Phillies on August 3, 1990. Yet his time with the Phillies would remain relatively uneventful. During his spell there, the specter of degenerative arthritic conditions in his left knee cast a shadow, limiting Murphy to a mere 18 games in the 1992 season. Remarkably, he still managed to hit 2 home runs during this time, bringing his career total to 398. But then, this baseball star's odyssey wasn't over yet. After being released by the Phillies at the close of the 1993 spring training, Murphy signed a minor league contract with the Colorado Rockies, who were embarking on their inaugural season that year. While there, his role with the Rockies primarily revolved around pinch-hitting duties. But then, on the fateful morning of May 27, 1993, after a string of appearances that deviated from his usual pattern, Murphy announced his retirement in Houston, Texas. It so happened that the Rockies, who were facing the need to trim their 25-man roster, had informed him of his impending release. So in an unexpected twist, Murphy chose to retire instead. His illustrious career ended with 398 home runs, falling just shy of the iconic 400-homer milestone. Plus, at the time of his retirement, he ranked 27th on the all-time home run list and was the fourth highest active player, trailing only Andre Dawson by a mere 2 homers. Truly, Dale Murphy's journey through baseball had reached its final chapter, and before you knew it, everyone was beginning to forget about the man with a bright future who almost achieved greatness. Of course, Dale Murphy's baseball journey culminated with an impressive stat sheet featuring 398 home runs, 1,266 RBIs, and a .265 lifetime batting average. His back-to-back MVP awards in 1982 and 1983 distinguished him as one of just 4 outfielders in MLB history to achieve this feat consecutively. And remarkably, Murphy held the title of the youngest player to accomplish this extraordinary feat at the time. Among his many accolades, Murphy boasted 7 All-Star appearances, 5 Gold Gloves, and 4 Silver Sluggers. His presence on the field was felt deeply as he led the National League in home runs and runs batted in (RBI) on 2 occasions. Also, over the decade from 1981 to 1990, he held the distinction of leading the major leagues in both home runs and RBIs. Plus, in the 1980s, Murphy dominated various statistical categories within the National League, including games, at-bats, runs, hits, extra base hits, RBIs, runs created, total bases, and plate appearances. His remarkable 308 home runs during that decade also ranked second only to the legendary Mike Schmidt's 313. Notably, too, Murphy achieved a 30-30 season in 1983, compiling both 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases. Above all, this player's tenacity and dedication to the game were evident in his impressive streak of 740 consecutive games played, marking the 11th longest of such streaks in baseball history at the time. Luckily and deservedly, his contributions to the sport were duly recognized on June 13, 1994, when the Atlanta Braves retired his jersey number 3 in his honor. By 1997, Dale Murphy also earned a well-deserved spot in the Oregon Sports Hall of Fame and the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. Additionally, this star player's clean living lifestyle, off the baseball diamond, had always garnered considerable media attention and respect. As a devout Mormon, Murphy adhered to a set of principles that set him apart. He abstained from consuming alcoholic beverages and maintained a strict policy against being photographed with women in an embracing manner. His integrity extended to the dining table as well, where he would pick up the check for his teammates as long as it did not include any alcoholic beverages. Obviously, this man's commitment to his beliefs was unwavering, even when it came to television interviews. He would only consent to be interviewed if he was fully dressed. However, despite his esteemed status as a 5-tool player and his multiple MVP awards, Murphy has yet to secure a spot in the Baseball Hall of Fame. His initial appearance on the writer's ballot in 1999 did not yield induction, and this would go on to be the story for his other appearances too. Astonishingly, Murphy joined the ranks of Barry Bonds, Roger Maris, and Juan Gonzalez as the only Hall of Fame eligible recipients for multiple MVP awards who are not enshrined in Cooperstown. And of course, this omission has been of particular interest, especially consider Murphy's reputation as a clean-living player, even though he played during the scandal-ridden steroids era where most other legendary players were tainted. Well, baseball writer Rob Neyer attributes the delay in Murphy's candidacy to a career that got a late start and suffered an early end. Whatever it is, most would agree that this fantastic player deserves to be remembered and honored. What do you think?